Welcome to Spring Point Archives. Champaign Manufacturing History Part 1. Glove factory raising recalls bygone commercial eras. By Jerome J. Schloem. If the folks who traveled the muddy streets and brick sidewalks of the early 1900s came back to revisit Champaign today, they probably wouldn't recognize it as the Prairie Twin Village that hosts a combined population of 13,000 souls after the turn of the century. With the demolition of the Tilden Hall Hotel, better known as the Old Beardsley, and the Turk's Head Beatnik Palace on East Green Street, now, this week, the raising of the former Illinois Glove Factory, three well-known landmarks have disappeared within the last 2 years. When McCabe Brothers' giant clam shovel and bulldozers devoured the old glove factory, over 50 years of Champaign early industrial history vanished in truckloads of brickbats. Half a dozen different tenants had occupied the 2-story block-long structure at Green and Neal Streets. The occupants originally included a textile and underwear plant with an adjoining project that housed a refrigerator and butcher's supply house, an automobile tool factory, a vocational training school for young high school auto mechanics, a warehouse for the Bleacher Company, and finally the home of one of the largest and most prosperous leather glove factories in the entire country, the Illinois Glove Company. Word came to the Champaign Industrial Committee of a textile factory in Chicago that showed interest in moving to some smaller town where labor might be more abundant. It was called the Textile Manufacturing Company and was to become the first real tenant of the building where the glove company operated. A special committee was sent to Chicago on January 27, 1911. It was reported that this was a family-owned, modest, but thriving enterprise run by Charles and Etta Strauss and Mr. Strauss's father. Originally, the elder Strauss manufactured underwear in the rear of his retail store on Chicago's west side. Mr. Strauss Sr. found it far more profitable than retailing, gave up his small general store, and moved to a loft on the 6th floor of a building in downtown Chicago's Garment District. The committee was impressed with the beehive activity of 39 girls working on sewing machines in this 100 by 100 foot room. Their production was well sold, and the firm wanted to expand. Stung by the failures of previous enterprises in the industrial field, the investigating committee this time wanted to be sure of its move. The firm's books were audited. The audit revealed that this textile firm, which had begun business with an investment of only $4,500, developed sales of $123,000 in 1910 with a payroll of $18,379 and ended the fiscal year with a net profit of $4,161.58, even with salaries of $6,000 each for each of the partners deducted. The audit further revealed that the company had lost $12,000 in the previous year from engaging also in the manufacture of ladies' silk hosiery. Mr. Strauss explained that they intended to drop the manufacture of ladies' stockings because the returns of defective merchandise amounted to $3,181 in just 1 year. He sold the hosiery machines for a third of their original cost and stated that they would make only underwear in their proposed new Champaign plant. This time the deal looked so good that the Chamber of Commerce decided to put up a building costing $14,500 for the new textile firm. A.W. Stuhlman was to be the contractor. Architects were Spencer and Temple. Their fee was $875. After the knitting goods firm had moved to Champaign and complied with all the provisions of the contract, a deed was to be given them with full title to the property. Mr. and Mrs. Strauss moved to Champaign. They resided on West University Avenue and McKinley Street in the home later occupied by W.E.C. Clifford. The couple was quite popular in social circles and active in many community affairs. Their factory specialized in only two items, ladies' and men's underwear. In these days, the era of men's shirts and t-shirts had not yet come into vogue. Rather, it was the era of the union suit for men. This contraption consisted of a pair of long drawers connected in one piece to an undershirt at the top. It buttoned from neck to crotch and had a rear drop seat that buttoned onto the rear seat section. For the ladies, the undergarment consisted of simple panties and shimmy. Their input was sold mainly to department stores by traveling sales reps who carried these items as a sideline. Shortly thereafter, on October 28, 1912, the textile plant burned to the ground. It was rebuilt from the insurance proceeds. The new plant had operated only 18 months when Charles Strauss's father, Levi Strauss, passed away on April 7, 1914. At this time, it was decided by the Strauss family not to continue the textile business, and they returned to their former home in Chicago. Thanks for watching.